Hey everyone, 100 Hypersonic here. I just got a bit of an update on what to be expecting for the channel this year, and I'll be honest, some of you probably won't be happy. The last video I did, Maria Comes to Visit, was supposed to come out a lot sooner, but I had lost my flash drive at the time and it took me a while to find it. I could have finished the video and uploaded it without the flash drive, but it had so much of my work I basically would have had to start all the way over. And the only reason I'm really bringing this up is because I had a lot of time to think about what I was doing with the channel at this point. And after a lot of thought, I came to this conclusion. A couple of years ago, after I graduated high school and went to college, I quit doing my Sonic videos because I basically did everything I wanted to do at the time, and I wanted to move on to something else. I had this really big, ambitious project I wanted to work on because I was still technically a dumb kid at the time. It didn't really dawn on me what I needed to do in order to get that project out, and I just didn't have what I needed so I could give it to you guys the way I wanted. And while I was finished making Sonic videos, I tried a bunch of other things. I was really big on video essays at the time, so I made a couple of those, and I was also trying to get into doing fan dubs, or specifically like comic dubs, more stuff basically that require voiceover. If I'm being honest, I tried a couple of videos of me playing stuff like Overwatch, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, but I could tell that just wasn't really resonating because that's not the audience I had. The audience I had was Sonic fans, specifically for these Sonic Sprite videos that I throw in Windows Movie Maker without any animation because I was a middle schooler who didn't have access to Flash at the time. And because I didn't really understand my audience, I didn't realize what I was doing when I randomly announced that I was done with the Sonic videos and I wanted to move on to something else. But when I did finally realize that, I thought, okay, what if I go back to it from time to time while I'm still trying to do other things? So I made a second channel. But because all of my old audience was on this channel, I eventually made the complicated switch to moving stuff on the new channel over to this channel, and the other thing I wanted to try to do, I moved over to the new channel, which is basically Bakugan. Not sure if you guys remember that, but Bakugan's a really old show back in the day, and I decided to do 5 fact videos, and they're actually doing really well over at the new channel. I'll link it in the description if anyone's curious. And when I made the decision that I was pretty much going to jump back into doing Sonic Sprite videos, I knew a lot of things were going to be different when I came back. For example, I knew that a lot of my audience had unsubscribed, and also the YouTube algorithm is all messy. I still don't really understand it myself. So my numbers were never going to be the same. I also had to get out there and to talk to new people because I knew I would have to get some new cast members. Well, not really cast members, but new friends basically. And with it, I created a new show instead of my Sonic Riders Aftermath show. I created the Sonic Isekai show. I attempted to start the Riders of Tomorrow, but after I made a first little episode 0 thing of it, it was another example through my eyes of my audience is different, and I didn't want to put all my eggs in one basket. So I thought, okay, what if I just did a reboot? And I attempted to reboot all my Sonic videos and try to do a new thing with my current style of producing this content. And I honestly do still have a lot of fun making these videos. I like to write. I like to create things. That's the whole reason I'm here. However, every time I've tried imagining how I want something to be in terms of like how the characters will interact with each other and how the final product is, it doesn't come out the way I always want. So eventually I thought, okay, what if I write a script? And I did write a script for 2 videos, and the videos, in my opinion, turned out a lot better, but it's just how time consuming they were. And at the time when I did that, I was working 2 jobs. I'm working 1 job now, but I am becoming a lot busier, which is the main point I'm trying to get at. And I'm putting in all this work, and I know I'm not reaching my target audience because my audience has changed because I left. This is my fault. I'm not complaining about how I don't have views because I don't really care about the views. I care about pretty much getting a little community and just talking back and forth, making friends. But I know I have to adapt with the times, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And as I keep saying, things have changed. Like a lot of my old friends that I talk to just don't do sprite videos anymore. Like my old buddy Slifer, he's not on YouTube anymore. He rarely went on DeviantArt even when we were both doing Sonic videos. And yeah, things have changed. I have made some new friends. They're pretty great, but at the same time, planning and making the videos are very fun. But sometimes once those videos go up, I do just feel extremely exhausted because some videos that should just take a few weeks take months and months to make. And in reality, it shouldn't be this hard. Again, I don't have flash animation, and I've been doing this for I think 8 years now, and it's just I should have it in the bag, right? It's kind of laughable when you think about it. And I probably would be, but I have other hobbies and other obligations. Beforehand, I was just going to school, and if I just had to deal with school, then it'd be no problem. Now I'm not in school anymore, but I do have a job, and because I'm working with my job and I have other hobbies now. I have to make some cuts if I wanted to keep this going. And on top of the other hobbies, I do have another channel. And this sounds crazy, but I actually have 3 channels. 4, but I just haven't deleted the other one. But I have 3 channels because I want to get back to my old Gundam channel that I did with Flash the Shapeshifter. But that's going to be a bit of a commitment to the point where I know I'm going to have to cut something. And I'm not saying that I'm just going to completely quit 100 Hypersonic and throw it out the window, because that's not what's happening. I have a plan that I want to do this year in terms of content. And the long story is basically to tell you that I only have 2 videos planned. If anything else comes up, it will probably just be meme content, if I'm being honest. And those videos are another episode of the Sonic Isekai, because I do like writing that. And besides that, I have a bit of a different project I want to work on, which is basically anyone who's a fan of Sonic Riders, maybe you guys might like that. But if I'm going to keep making content on the channel, I basically need to try new things. And we'll see what happens. If nothing comes of it, then we'll just take it from there. But the Sonic Sprite videos could disappear. We'll just have to wait and see. Because I know it may not seem fair to you guys, and I completely understand. Because the reason I'm in this position, I did this to myself. I was a dumb kid, and I didn't realize certain things when I made the decision to stop making Sonic videos in the first place. But oh well. If I could go back, I probably would have done things a lot differently. If things don't go according to plan, then again, I'm not going to just straight up delete 100 Hypersonic. This channel has just been with me for so long. But I'll probably go back to doing some video essays. I'll probably start off with some Sonic stuff just to ease into other things later on. But they're not going to be like the super crazy high quality edits that you see on other channels, because yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm not scared to admit it. But in case you're curious, like I said, I'm doing Bakugan content on my second channel, which is the Mike the Warrior. Basically, like I said earlier, it's 5 facts about the main cast and Bakugan Battle Brawlers. And I have some extra content that I'm trying on there as well, which is one of the reasons why I said I only have 3 videos planned, because the channel over there is doing really well, and it's just makes more sense for me to strike while the iron's hot rather than me just throwing it all away for this other channel that, while I do still love, I'm not hitting the audience that I want to, and I have tried to see if I could extend my audience, but I don't really know how to go about that the way I want. And then there's the other third channel, which is my old Gundam channel with Flash the Shapeshifter. And yeah, we'll just have to go from there and see what happens. But the Gundam channel is basically not going to be any more abridged content. Unfortunately, abridging is something that we both really wanted to do for years, and it just wasn't meant to be because of our scheduling. But what I want to do on that channel from now on is basically I want to do skits, because again, I like writing, and if I could get tired of doing video essays and whatnot, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Again, I know this is probably not what you guys wanted to hear. I do like the channel. I'll have a playlist of the videos I made since I came back. Basically, I've been just throwing out random shows left and right, and I am probably still going to make my Super Smash Brothers series with Flash the Shapeshifter as well, though there is the chance that when we do an episode, I'll probably just tell him to upload it on his channel, and we'll just see what happens. It's just a project between the two of us, but it's a project between two people, and you gotta agree on what you want to do. Besides that, like I said, if I content going forward, I might just stick with like voiceover. That might, if not the video essays and the other thing I said. For anyone who is still watching, I can't say sorry enough if this isn't what you want to hear. And I also can't say thank you enough. And I also can't say thank you enough for sticking with me all this time. That year when I left, it wasn't a couple years. But when I left Sonic, the Sonic stuff behind, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. I was a dumb kid, and I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. But if you're still here, I appreciate you. If you're still here, I appreciate you. 100 Hypersonic. Anyway, 100 Hypersonic. I'll give you guys an update in the community post whenever that Sonic video is up. If you guys at least want to check out the Bakugan channel, I'd appreciate it a lot. Until then, see you next time.